guys, didn't you, you know,
We are now live.
live? Okay. Yes.
Careful, it's recorded now.
Whatever you say can be used against you. You are alive. Not on the earth, but now in the ether.
I think we'll
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितां येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषाभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Welcome today, Srimad Bhagavad class, Canto 7, Chapter 4, entitled Hiranyakashipu Terrorizes the Universe. Verse number 41, which is on the board. Please repeat after me. Kvachit ut... One second. When you get old, even with glasses, if you don't sleep properly, even with your glasses, you can't see proper. You know? It's like you have to have, like, for every hour another glasses, set of glasses, something like that. Okay, now it's better. Kvachit utpulakas tushnim. Kvachit utpulakas tushnim. Aste samsprisha nirvritaha. Aste samsprisha, Aste samsparsha nirvritaha. Aspanda parnayananda. Aspanda parnayananda. Salilamilite kshanaha. Salilamilite kshanaha. Kvachit utpulakastushnim. Aste samsparsha nirvritaha. Aspanda pranayananda. Salila milite kshanaha. Please chant this beautiful verse. Kvachit utpulakastushnim. Aste samsparsha nirvritaha. Mataji. Salila milite kshanaha. Kvachit, sometimes, utpulakaha, with the hairs of his body standing on end. Tushnim, completely silent. Aste, remains. Sansparsha nirvritaha, feeling great joy by the contact with the Lord. Aspanda, steady. Pranaya Ananda, due to transcendental bliss from a relationship of love. Salila, filled with tears. Amilita, half closed. Ikshana, whose eyes. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes, feeling the touch of the Lord's hands, he became spiritually jubilant and remained silent, his hair standing on end and tears gliding down from his half-closed eyes because of his love for the Lord. Purport. When a devotee feels separation from the Lord, he becomes eager to see where the Lord is, and sometimes, when he feels pangs of separation, tears flow incessantly from his half-closed eyes. As stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sikshashtaka, Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrishaitam. The words chakshusha pravrishaitam refers to tears falling incessantly from the devotee's eyes. These symptoms, which appear in pure devotional ecstasy, were visible in the body of Prahlad Maharaj. Mukam karoti vachalang pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham mande Shri Gurun dinatarinam. क्वचित उत्पुलकस तूष्णीम आस्ते संस्पर्श निवृतः अस्पंद प्रणयानंद सलिलामीलिते क्षणः. Sometimes feeling the touch of the Lord's hand, he became spiritually jubilant and remained silent, his hair standing on end and tears gliding down from his half-closed eyes because of his love for the Lord. The question which might arise in the mind of people in this world: what is the use for so much emotion? With emotion, you can't earn money. With emotion, you can't become a big materialist. What is the purpose of emotion? And you guys have a school in which you, not exploit, but you kind of fully dive into an ocean emotions. But what will you do with emotions? You should be rational, right? And work hard and pay money and tax to the government. That's the goal of life. This is a doctrine which is preached in all universities, all schools, that life is meant for hard working, having a big house, car, a good wife, many kids, and pay a lot of tax, become old, and then you die, and nobody cares for you. This is what is generally taught as real. Real means rational, big title. We don't care for these sentimentalists. This is how people generally in the world depict people who are emotional. But if you ask them, why are you working 40 hours a week to earn all the money? Yes, I do it for money. What will you do with the money? Will you eat the money? I'll bring a plate for you. You put some euro coins, some euro paper, and eat that. Is that what you work for? No. Because, the money I earn, then we can go to a restaurant, we go to the cinema, we can meet friends and have a nice dinner. So is the money the thing, the important thing, or the dinner the thing? Well, what if the dinner is not cooked properly? No, it should be cooked properly because you should be happy. Exactly. Happiness is what you work for. People in this world are inspired by happiness. But what is happiness? Is it rationality or is it an emotion? Right? They all are running after emotions and pretending to be rationalists, completely uncontrolled by their emotions, and still they think they are self-controlled. And the Hare Krishnas, they are not controlled. They're crying and dancing on the street, waving with their dhotis, and their, gift-wrapped paper saris in so many varieties of colors. This is their impression of the Hare Krishnas. But look what they are doing. There's so much running after emotion, and they deny emotion. As a matter of fact, he's simply inspired that if I work 40 hours a week, then I come home with my salary and show it to my wife. Look, my paycheck, I have it here. Then she gives me a kiss, and the kids are happy. And Daddy, shall we go for shopping now? Because now we're going to loot your bank account. Loot, the word, is an Indian word, means to empty or to steal. That is what they are after, and they think they're very rational. and very great, they have got the goal of life, But look at their life, what it actually is. It's so hypocritical. Thinking to be very rational and having gold medals for being a good general, having done something great in society, for what? And that medal, is that medal important, or all the emotion attached to it is important? You see, all these gross sense objects which are in this world have no meaning if they don't evoke a certain sentiment in somebody, isn't it? Big painters, Rembrandt, Van Rijn, Van Gogh, we come from that country, Holland. Huge, amazing masterpieces, definitely, no doubt. But why is it so much appreciated? Why are these huge paintings appreciated? Status, emotion. They gave yes, a lot of pride. But pride, status, aren't these things emotions? These are emotions, right? Definitely they are emotions, right? And if you can buy emotions or create emotions by money, then it is welcome. You see, the point here is, what I'm trying to make is that spiritual emotions and material emotions follow the same way of psychology. It's nothing different. Having a paycheck with a big bonus on it can cause tears in your eyes. Christmas paycheck! You get 500 euros extra! Something like that. So it can cause tears or jubilation that you dance. But the point here is that the subject for joy is a material object, right? Then these are material emotions. We see here Prahalad Maharaj has got a lot of bodily emotions, and a spanda, he is steady. Spandan is a common word in Sanskrit and Hindi for like your heart beats. Hridaya spanda, it says, heartbeat. So here is aspanda. He's very calm in his heart. He's not tight. And pranaya ananda, he is having the bliss of feeling a relationship of love with the Lord. So all these subjects, they cause emotion in the heart of a devotee who is pure. And then also here utpulakaha, with the hairs of his body standing on end. So what bhakti actually is on the higher level, not at the lower level, but on a higher level, bhakti is basically the signs of emotions. And yes, nobody, except for the Gaudiyas, have given a very clear, refined outline of the signs of emotions. And Rupa Goswami's delineation is so fantastic and so amazing that even professors and scientists, they are very much impressed the way he describes how emotions come into being, into existence in this spiritual path. So basically, he's mentioning, Rupa Goswami, that there are 5 ingredients for spiritual happiness called rasa. And let us see what these 5 ingredients are. So without these 5, you cannot actually say that this is complete rasa or complete bhakti. The first one are the causes for bhava, called vibhava. Vibhava are the causes. And in that, you need 2 components, alambana and udipana. Alambana means that heart which is tinged with a certain kind of love. Or like in this day and age, people are so frustrated. Says that the psychology is the same. It works the same way. So it's not that you need 4 arms, then it will only work. It is not like that. The same psychological pattern is followed, as Prabhupada says in quotes. It is similar. So you need a colored heart. Like people have a lot of prejudges nowadays. So they're already colored. They're not clean. As soon as they see somebody from whom they learned in school that they are demons, then they immediately start to judge. It's like, it was a joke, in Mayapur. It was a devotee from Moscow. And somebody was saying that these Russians are very bad people, and they are demons. He might have been from Europe. The eternal Cold War between Europe and Russia. So and then he said, "No, I'm from Moscow," and he has a very handsome face. He's a Fulgent. He's bright, that devotee. Not possible. Where are your horns? Horns? He couldn't believe that he was from Russia. See, this is the propaganda of people who are very tinged. Not possible. Where are your horns? The Russians have horns. Just like in the past, they thought that the Vikings, they had horns, on their helmet. They didn't have horns. But people have free judgment. That means a person with horns is a bad person. It's coming from this idea of Satan. Satan has horns and stuff like that. I would guess it's all mythology. Anyway, if you say that, become very angry. It's historical. It's not mythology. Show me that person with horns. Right? Anyway, people are prejudged in their heart. Their heart is tinged. Who would say their heart is dirty? It's not pure. So they cannot have a real objective observation of what is reality. See? And therefore, that is the dust on the heart which has to be cleaned. Similarly, in bhakti, the heart has to be tinged. There has to be some sentiment in there implanted. Well, how you get that? There's a great science behind that. You can't get it by karma. You can't get it by giving donations. You can't get it by being pious even. The heart has to be colored. It's called raga, the raga of the heart, the color of the heart. Where do you get it? How do you get this? Because it's something transcendental, beyond knowledge, beyond karma, beyond the physical dimension. Where do you get this color, this sentiment in the heart from? In one sense, you're right. By bhakti, you get bhakti. I'm trying to get another thing out of this, explaining something. How do you get this? Yes, association. Those who already have it. As a matter of fact, it's already there. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhika Bunai Shravanadi Suddha Chite Karayodai. Everyone who comes in this material world through Mahavishnu, from Turiya into deep sleep, right? From deep sleep, he's becoming awake towards the material consciousness, Swapna and Jagran. Still, something of that original bhava, which he had on a Turiya level, is within him. Otherwise, it cannot be awakened. It is always there in everyone. Something of your original spiritual form is always there, right? So, after you enter this material world, you're being covered by a subtle body, consisting of mind, intelligence, false ego, and you get even another covering, and then you become completely solidified, and you can't even move. This gross body. You can imagine, like, you want to dive. You want to do deep diving. So when you do deep diving, you first have to have this flexible suit. Isn't it? You know what deep diving is? Deep sea ocean. But if you go really deep, like 10 kilometers below sea level, then you need an iron helmet, an iron suit, because you can't take the pressure. So that's similar. The jiva is very flexible, can go everywhere, has a lot of powers, and can do multiple tasks, see many things at the same time. But then he's being covered by a subtle body. There's a diving suit, and that's not enough. Then you get this iron helmet and stuff like that, and then you can only do like this. You can't do anything anymore. So this is the conditioning. And then from this very conditioned dimension, we try to understand what was originally there in the spiritual world for us. Difficult, right? So, but still, despite being in the iron cage, the iron suit and this diver suit, which makes you very uncomfortable, still something of your real essence is within you. And that manifests by chanting properly, by cleaning the heart. And it can give a boost if you are sitting with devotees who are next to you, who have the same Naisargiki Rati. That's the Sanskrit for that. Inborn attachment to Krishna, which is that Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema. If somebody has the same vibration as you have, then you resonate. You know what resonation means? It's like, if you have a sling, it moves, and you put every time when it comes here, you give a little bit, and then you give a little bit more. And you see how the amplitude becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So similarly, the love in the heart has a certain vibration. And when you come in contact with devotees who have the same vibration and who are further advanced than you, it will expand your amplitude. You feel ecstatic. But be aware, if you make offenses, again, you become conditioned. And your own obstacles, which you have created by so much association with material nature, forms clouds over that ecstasy. It's called chaya. But the point here is, in order to experience the causes for bhava, there have to be the alambana, the cause of the love in the heart, which is already there. And that's not enough. You need another one also. You need an object, an inflammation, causing a stimulus for it to cause to flame up again in the heart. It says bhava is like a flame, therefore it inflames, it becomes bigger. So the cause for that is an udipana. Udipa means flame, udipana. And that means that, what are these udipanas? These udipanas are Krishna's qualities. His flute is a very famous udipana. It drives the gopis mad. And if you hear Krishna's flute, you also become probably mad. Another udipana is Krishna's form, his color, his fragrance, his ankle bells, his peacock feather. All these are causes for inflammation in the heart. And completely absorbed in that love. So that is udipana. The alambana, or the foundation, the color of the heart, it resides in a devotee. So the devotee is the foundation for ecstatic love in the heart. It's called alambana in the vocabulary of Rupa Goswami. Now, even that foundation of love in the heart, it has still two aspects. It is based on something, that love. It cannot have any, Brahman formulas, it cannot be. They try, but there is no udipana in there. How can Brahman be, inflaming your love, and there's nothing there, So, the Vishaya, the subject for the alambana to reside in a heart, for the love in a heart, the subject are Krishna's 64 qualities. They cause a certain kind of attachment in a heart. And the possessor of that attachment is called the ashraya, one who shelters that love in the heart. Very interesting how Rupa Goswami analyzes that. So love is not one way, it's both ways. And that's very nice. We see here Prahlad Maharaj also. He feels that the Lord is touching him. Sometimes, feeling the touch of the Lord's hand, he became spiritually jubilant and remained silent. In the Gita, there is a line. I was looking in the morning, trying to find the verse. Brahma samsparsha. Maybe you can look in your little Guruji. Brahma samsparsha is a verse in the Gita. And when I read it in the Gita, I was thinking, what does it mean? Brahma samsparsha? Touching Brahman? Now I understand from this one, it means the touch of the lotus hand of the Lord. He is Brahman, right? That's what it means. So it's nice that from the Gita, things which remain clouded become very much clarified if you read Bhagavatam. So, this is the first of the 5 ingredients of rasa, the vibhava, causes, right? So now you understand that. And if you understand it properly, you can also appreciate this verse. Then, that internal love, these internal sentiments which are hidden, and we're supposed to hide it, we're not supposed to go around, promoting it, that, look how great I am. No, we can preach, but we should not show that. No, of course, if you don't have anything, there's nothing to be shown. That's one thing in our case. But it manifests externally as the anubhavas, the external bhavas. Like, it mentions there are 13 anubhavas. Rupa Goswami says, anubhavas tu chittastha bhavanam avabhodakaha te bahir virkritya prayaha prokta udbhasvarakhyaya. Anubhavas indicate the bhavas which are present in the conscious mind. They transform and change the external activities, and therefore they are visually called symptoms of bodily manifestation. Which are these anubhavas? I should spare you the Sanskrit, or you want to hear the Sanskrit also? Yes? Okay. Nrityam vilutitam geetam kroshanam tanumotanam hunkaro jimbana swasa bhuma lokanupekshita lala shwaso ta attahaso ta ghurna hikkadayopicha. I think hikka, you know what it means. Sanskrit is very, a language very, how call that? Put things in a picture, Anubhavas are divided in 29 groups. Let me see. Shita, cool or cold. Kshepana, soothing and jolting. Shita. Geetam, singing, is a result of love for Krishna. Right? If you love him very much, people who have fallen in love, they tend to sing a lot of songs, especially love songs. Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugal Kishore. Right? Everyone likes this song in ISKCON. Because Narottam is the great Lavacharya, right? Then a Jrimbana, yawning. Not because you fall in in sleep because of class. Yawning can also be an ecstasy, which is there. It's an anubhava. Shwasa bhuma, breathing heavily. Like when Hanuman heard that Mother Sita was kidnapped, very heavily breathing. I'm going to teach that Ravana a lesson. He went there and he burned whole Lanka. Breathing heavily, Shwasa bhuma, aside of that, showing the anger. Lokanupekshita, disregard for this world. I don't care, Hari bol, Hari bol. People think, these people are crazy. Hari bol. Hare Krishna. Disregard the codes of etiquette of the world. Then also, Lala Shrava, it says drooling. Because of intense ecstasy, he's not aware. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, says. So the acharyas were chanting like that, Hare Krishna. It was drooling, saliva was coming out, and it was just an ecstasy, tears from the eyes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They're tasting Krishna on the lip, by the mantra. So that is an anubhava. Attahasa, laughing like a madman. Like that, no? Laughing like a madman is also an anubhava. And guess it's legalized by the acharyas. So you can laugh like that. Must be a cause of it, of course. But then you have kshepana, soothing and jolting. Nrityam, dancing is an anubhava because it causes you to dance in ecstasy. Mahaprabhu used to dance. Vilothitam, rolling on the ground, is also an anubhava. And I found that there's a verse in a Bhagavatam saying, what is that? Mahat rajobhishekam. Tat pada, what is it? Pada mahat rajobhishekam. One can advance in spiritual life by bathing in the foot dust of great personalities, great devotees. So that's the rapid way of getting that love, So therefore, when you go to Vrindavan, you should take off your shirt. Matajis know, Prabhus can do, and they roll in the dust of Braj, hoping that there's maybe one little grain of sand which is coming from the lotus foot of a pure ecstatic Mahabhagavat there. Then you come ecstatic like that. That's the dust of Braja. So rolling over the ground is an anubhava. And I remember being in Mayapur, standing in Mangalarti, all of a sudden you see this little woman, old woman, they roll in the temple, At first you go, what is this? Then you remember, oh, this is one of the anubhavas. They try to catch the dust of the devotees' feet in the temple, And like that, so rolling on the ground. And kroshanam means to shout, Haribol, Haribol. Anubhavas. Tanumotanam, stretching the body, in many, many ways, stretching the body. It says Narada Muni, he was stretching his body in ecstasy, so much so that his Brahmana thread broke. Tanumotanam. Hunkaro, bellowing, just like a cow. When Krishna calls for the cows they know, and he knows all the names of every cow he knows, a personal relationship he has. Dhavavali, Shama, they all come running towards him. Gurna means wheeling of the head. It's also an ecstasy. Especially, Balaram likes that very much. We had Balaram's appearance day. When he drinks Varuni, then they spin and they spin and they spin and they spin in ecstasy. Right? That is Gurna, wheeling of the head. And hiccups. Like that. It's very irritant when you have it because you can't speak properly. But it's said, generally in Indian culture, it says, if you have a hiccup, that means somebody is intensely thinking of you. And if you think of the person, mention his name, your hiccup will stop. Then you know who was thinking of you. Right? Maybe then you should call. So, why did you call me? By hiccups. So hiccups is also an external ecstasy. Amazing, huh? A Mayavadi can never understand this. It's all material, he will say. Well, let them talk. They don't know anything. The absolute is Brahman, without any emotion. And here they have a signs of emotion. Rupa Goswami is describing 29 anubhavas. Right? So that's the second ingredient. You have vibhava, the causes of ecstasy. You have anubhava, the external bhavas, the external visible. Then you have the sattvika bhavas. Now, Satvika Bhavas, as he defines it, Prabhu Goswami, Krishna Samandibhi Sakshat Kinchit Va Vyavadhanataha Bhavais Chittam Iha Krantam Satam Uchate Iti Budhaihi. The bhavas which are directly related to Krishna and cause some kind of obstacles because the mind becomes afflicted and overcome are called the sattvam by the learned. So there are some ecstasies which cause obstacles in your service, obstacles in your expressions. When these obstacle causing bhavas are there, they are called sattvika because they change your nature. He says here, Te stamba sweda romancha swam bheda ta veputhahu vaivarnyam ashru pralaya ityashtau sattvikaha smritaha. They are paralysis because of seeing Krishna. Like the Gopas, I guess, when they saw that Krishna entered the mouth of Aghasur, some became paralyzed. They didn't know what to do. When Yashoda sees Krishna in danger, she also becomes paralyzed with fear. Or like an Indian mama runs, my little child, and like that. So paralysis is one of the sattvika bhavas. He makes a distinction between anubhavas and sattvikas. The anubhavas, they don't cause an obstruction. If it causes an obstruction, it's called a sattvika. Then there is perspiration, is also a sattvika, an obstacle in devotional service. It says if the pujari is perspiring a lot and it smells his body, then he can purify his body by bathing in sandalwood pulp. So bathing simply means you smear it, right? It's nice. If you don't have water and you want to purify your hand, you can do it by smearing sandalwood pulp. And you can continue the puja if there is no water. You know? So that's like that. But generally, especially in Mayapur, Vrindavan, when it's really hot, we make it a point that, you bathe properly and you can use chandan, especially pujaris, to give the Lord some comfort. You know? Then hair standing on end is also a sattvika bhava. It happens when you enter in a situation where there is a shock or there is fear or something unseen is going to attack you. Then hair standing on end. It actually means it's an biological alarm for the body. A biological alarm. Don't deny or neglect these kind of symptoms. We call them anubhavas, but they can also appear because of some other situation. Of course, we learn in school, these are all, useless. They don't cause us you to pay tax to us, so don't believe them. But they are meant. They are giving a message. These are giving a message. So if hair stand on end, it is generally that there is some unfavorable situation. But in bhakti, they are favorable. A choked voice, faltering voice, gada, you can't speak because of intense emotion. That is a sattvika bhava. They're not called an anubhava, sattvika bhava. And quivering of the body. The quivering of the body, when the left side quivers, it means inauspicious for a man. For a woman, it means auspicious. If the right side quivers for a man, he will gain some benefit. He will get something. And for a woman, it is inauspicious. So these are also the sattvika bhavas. Then change of complexion, especially with those who have a light skin color, it's very obvious. When they start to blush, they become red. When they are angry, they become like purple or yellow. When they are in shock, they become white. So changing of the skin color, changing of the tinge is one of the sattvika bhavas, right? It has to happen in a very intense way. It's like you really feel like you being insulted, then you turn into red. We don't have it because we have only one color. You can't see so much. We only turn purple, and that's all. No other colors. But those have other. Somebody asking me about. Can you tell me about the higher ecstasies and this and that? Yeah. How do you know you're in ecstasy? Yeah, but you guys, it's easy because when you fall in love, you become red. When you're ashamed, you're red, completely red. Like that. So it's obvious. It says here, Vaivarnyam is one of the sattvika bhavas. Complexion change. Tears, they obstruct seeing Krishna. So they are an obstruction in devotional service. Therefore, they call sattvika bhavas. And also fainting. Fainting like when Krishna was teasing Mother Rukmini. That, Rukmini, I don't understand. Why did you marry me? Shishupal, he's known as a great king, has a very background, he's a Kshatriya background, and he's a famous king. And me, nobody knows who I am. Everyone doubts whether I'm a cowherd boy or I'm a Kshatriya. What is my lineage? Nobody knows me, and still you chose me. Why is this? If you like, you can still give me up and go to Shishupal. When she heard that, she started trembling, and the chamara she was waving fell out of her hand, and she fell down like a banana tree. And Krishna used 4 arms to catch her. And he was pacifying her. So this is fainting. She fainted out of anxiety. He talks about giving me up. He talks about separation. I don't want that. So she fainted. So this is also on Sattvika Bhava, obstructing her service. So this is the third ingredient of rasa, right? I'm teaching you Rasa Shastra, right? So understand what you're getting here. It's not you won't get it every time. So the third ingredient is the Sattvika Bhava. Then you have Vyabhichari Bhava. And Vyabhichari Bhavas, there are 33 of them. And in the Sanskrit it goes like this. Nirvedhata Vishado Dainyam Glani Shramaucha Madagarvau Shankhatrasa Vega Unmada Apasmrita Tatha Vyadihi Moha Mritir Alasyam Jadyam Vridavat Hittacha Smritir Athavitarka Chintamatir Drityaya Harshaut Utsukam Echa. I understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you understand. It's a Sanskrit. Aurgyam Arsha Suyasya Chapalyam Chaiva Rudracha Suptir Bodha iti me bhava vyabhicharinaha samakhyataha. Okay. The Sanskrit translation goes as follows. Disappointment. Vyabhichari bhavas, what are they? They are aggressively overtaking temporary bhavas. So that means the devotee comes in a situation where the mood changes completely. But it depends on the situation. So when the situation changes, the mood again changes. They're called vyabhichari, very aggressive bhavas which take over the mood, but they are temporary. That is, it's also sometimes called sanchari bhava. That's what changes. So what are they? There are 33 of them. Disappointment is, you can be disappointed in a relationship with Krishna. Oh, it's a vyabhichari bhava. Lamentation. Hi, I lost my, whatever. Humility is a vyabhichari bhava. Guilt, feeling guilty. Fatigue, intoxication, pride, doubt. Apprehension. Apprehension means to understand and wait whether for the right time, so to say. That's apprehension, right? And intense emotion, madness, forgetfulness, and disease. Disease even is a bhava. Can you imagine that? When you become sick, it can be a service to Krishna. How amazing, huh? Confusion, death, laziness, inertness, bashfulness, concealment, remembrance, argumentativeness, anxiety, thoughtfulness, endurance, happiness, and also eagerness. Violence, haughtiness, envy, impudence, dizziness, sleepiness, alertness. All these are described as vyabhicharina. Those bhavas which cause us to act in a certain way. So this is the fourth ingredient. And the last one, everyone knows, are the sattvika bhavas, the permanent ecstasies. When you have your spiritual form, then it has the form of it. It has a permanent ecstasy, by which you can exist in a spiritual world. Just like your permanent ecstasy in this material world is your gross body. You identify as male or as female or as a kid, right? So that consciousness has to be permanently there. So when it is permanently spiritual, it's called sthayi bhava. Permanent bhava, or controlling the other bhavas. And there are 5 of them. Anybody knows them? 5 stable ecstasies. Which are they? Yes. Yes. Give the right order. You? You must know. You've been reading this philosophy for years, so you should know.
I don't know how to express a lover relationship.
Madhurya. You know the Sanskrit, right?
Yes,
Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. These are the permanent ecstasies. These are permanent relationships upon which these other ecstasies come into existence, right? This should be actually very fascinating to you. Maybe I'm not a good speaker, but this is the goal of your chanting, right? To attain the sthai bhava, and then it all starts. Once you have your spiritual form, then the vibhavas will shake you. The anubhavas make you dance and roll over the ground. The sattvika bhavas will give you gada, the voice will choke. The vyabhichari bhavas, all kinds of situations having to come, which gives you certain kind of emotions. So all these are delineated by Rupa Goswami. When you understand this, then you understand also what Prahlad is experiencing here. Only then you can appreciate this, right? So this is a thing which we cannot discuss with those who are not experiencing anything, you see? And therefore they are put aside in the Bhakti Shastri course and exam. Because this is beyond intellect. This is beyond the gross body. It is when the jiva is already in a topmost state, where the spiritual form is manifesting, then these things are experienced. So we can only have a glimpse that this is what's supposed to come. Because you don't have the direction in front of your eyes, the goal is not set, you might become deviated from the actual path. You might end in some other loka than Goloka, right? So these ecstasies are not found there like that. So Prabhupada is actually here connecting these symptoms to the Shikshashtakam of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supposed to not have written anything, nothing left behind in written form, but he has compiled these 8 verses, Shikshashtakam, which we're chanting in the morning. Cheto Darapanam Arjanam. It's supposed to have no really order of the verses, but I guess the acharyas have done it in a certain order, these verses, because then you get a level of consciousness increases. So first one is Cheto Darapanam Arjanam, Bhava Mahadava Agni Nirvapanam, Shriya Kairava Chandrika Vicharanam. For those who are in the material world suffering and their heart is burning like in a desert full of material desires, then the holy name comes as a rain cloud and floods that burning heart. Shreya Kareva Chandrika Vitaranam, and it cools down the mind like the full moon. And also the holy name is the cause for vidya, for knowledge and experience, says the first verse. And therefore, Nam Namakari Bahudhani Jasarva Shaktis, Madir Krishna, you have put in all your powers and qualities in that holy name. But the problem here is, he is merciful, but we are unqualified because I don't have taste for that. Durdaiva, we said by misfortune. Durdaiva means misfortune. Don't have any taste for this. Then, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna. If you want to chant always, you should always be in a state of mind that I'm very small, very low. Then, not expecting any glorification or any name and fame, one can chant the holy name permanently, all the time. It says like that. So pride, big position, actually material ambition, and actually even spiritual ambitions, in a sense that I want to be a big manager in ISKCON and this and that. These are all obstacles in devotional service. Therefore, to have actual prema is meant for the vairagis. Those who don't have vairagya, renunciation, they cannot get that real sweetness of Krishna prema. Only akinchana, an akinchana can get that. So therefore, renunciation was always praised by Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Right? This counts for the male, of course. For the female, there is nothing like renunciation. They just have to attach their attachment to Krishna, and it's easy for them. Psychological, the mindset is like that. But male have to renounce everything which causes them to dance for in the material world. You know, my car, my BMW, my gold medal, all these things. No, renunciation. So then, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnunamaya. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Not a big bank balance, na dhanam, na janam, not having a high birth, not having a beautiful wife, not having many followers. So here you find renunciation. If one does that, then one can progress in the spiritual life. Then, what is the other verse? You ainanda tanuja kim karam. Is it? Okay. My dear Lord, I want to be a speck of dust on your lotus feet. You see? If one has this real desire, sincere desire, only then prema can manifest. Right? Even the gopis, though they are so dear to Krishna, being embraced, they desire to be the dust on Krishna's lotus feet. Then, yugaitam nimeshena, sixth one. Did I miss one? Yugaitam? Ainandatunuja mentioned already. Yugaitam nimeshena, right? So, when all these conditions are set, then the heart can start hankering for Krishna. And it is like this. Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha prabrishayitam sunjayitam jagat sarvam govinda viramhirame. This is our path, the path of vipralambha or viraha, hankering for the Lord in separation. And then one blink of the eye seems to be equal to a yuga in waiting for Krishna. Like that. There's a beautiful song by Meera, the great devotee of Lord Krishna. And she says, in that song, she says, he has said he would come, and I have started counting my days. When will Govinda come? When will he come? I've been counting and counting and counting so much that the lines of my fingers have disappeared, have worn out by counting. Amazing how she puts it. You see? Bansi hara ajo mare des. I can even sing in Marwadi. This is Marwadi, her language, which she used to sing in. Avani avani keh gaya savara. Oh, dark one, you have said you would come, and I've been waiting for you like a chaste woman. Ginta ginta घिस गई म्हारी आंगलियारी रेख. Counting and counting, all the lines of my fingers have disappeared, worn out, and still you have not come. This is the mode of separation, crying and crying. So, yugaitam nimeshana, similarly here, Prabhupada uses that. Chakshusha pravrishayatam. The tears are rolling from the eyes like torrents, like a waterfall. Sunjayitam jagat sarvam. The whole world looks vacant. Just like, you just won. You just got the, how you call that? That you're playing, how you call that? Lottery? The lottery, right? Suppose you got the winning lottery, 10 million euros, and all of a sudden the wind comes and it blows out of your hand. And it goes far away, as a storm. You were, happy 1 second, and then the next second it seems like the whole world is empty now, emptied. How am I going to explain my foolishness to my friends? Right? Similarly, it feels like if I don't get Krishna, what is the use of this world, Prabhupada used to sometimes say, he was walking in a park with the devotees. He said, what is that tin can there? And they always said, that's for waste, Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, put the whole material world in there. Waste bin, And that's typical Prabhupada, the way he puts it. It's the same bhavas as here, but he puts it in another way. So, and then you have the last one, or I'm missing one. Did I miss one of the verses? Yeah, this is the last one. Then it's Aslishava padaratam pinashtumam adarashanam brahmahatam karotuva. Yathadatava vidadhatu lampato matparananatastu saye paranahapara. This is the mood which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows of Srimati Radharani. And that mood is not available in this world. Not at all. Aslishava, either you embrace me, or padaratam, crush me under your feet and smear me out like dust. Marmahatam karotuva. Marma, anybody who knows Ayurveda, marma are very sensitive points. And if anything is damaged there can be big harm or even death. Marma. Marmahatam. He beats my marma, Srimati Radharani says. Even if he beats my marma, marmahatam karotuva. Yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato. Or he goes, he tries to tease me or make fun of me by embracing other gopis in front of me. Krishna, Krishna likes to do such kind of things. Srimati Radharani has many girlfriends, and sometimes they side with Krishna somehow or other, and Krishna he then uses to teach Srimati Radharani. Lampata means somebody who runs away with other girlfriends. Lampato. Still, mat prananathas tu sa evanapara. Still, you are the Lord and Master of my life force. I don't have any other master. This is the mentality, which is the mentality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in this day and age, you find that in society, if there's a little clash, immediately divorce is there. But in the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one finds that there is all reasons for breaking up, right? Aslishava padartam vinashtumam. Adarshanan marmahatam karotuva. Another reason. Yathava vidadhatu lampato. Bodhibochi. Still, mat prananathas tu sevanapara. This is real love. There are so many causes for breaking, it still doesn't break. That is real love. So, in this verse, we find that somebody who is on this same stage, Prahlad Maharaj, how does he feel? How does he talk? How does he walk? And how does he sit? So, I end the class here. Any questions or comments?
Dat is zo'n high level, of course, not on so high level of love to God. I think I need some a lot of lives.
Who needs a lot of lives? Or you? See, the reason why I'm preaching again and again of levels of consciousness, it's nothing high, it is not vertical, it's horizontal. You are as old as Krishna is, do you know that? Okay. So that's horizontal here, there's no higher or lower, okay? Your original purity, which is right in you, you only have to discover that. Is it higher or lower? Horizontal. That's the thing. You should decide, is this for me or is this not for me? And most of the devotees think, no, it's not for me, for the acharyas, for the pure devotees. Why are you then in ISKCON if you don't want to become a pure Mahabhagavata? Is it for you or is it for somebody else? If we as ISKCON devotees, as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, think that this process is too difficult for us, how can you preach to others? Hey, I got a process for you, it's too difficult for me to follow, but you can follow, you'll succeed. Is that your preaching? What kind of mentality is this? Humility is fine, Trinadapi is fine. That one I forgot. Trinadapi sunichena. More humble than grass is fine. But this is false humility, right? To being some big guy in the material world, yeah, that's wrong. But to be proud of your relationship with Krishna, that's a must. If you're not convinced of that, how will you sell your products? The marketing people have that. If you ask them, what is your success? We believe in our product. They say like that. So this is our thing. Is it meant for us or is it meant for somebody else? Others are not going to take this. The Vallabhas are not going to take this. Ramanujas is going to take this. The Nimbarkas are not going to take it. Then if you won't take it, who will take it? Right? The whole process is there and it's meant for us, not at the end of life. While you're living, you have to develop all this. Then you can easily cross from the material platform to the spiritual platform when you give up your body. But if you're not prepared, even at the time of death, you will fail. Right? Otherwise, why did Prabhupada give so many books? So much elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam. It is not vertical, it's horizontal. It's already within you. Now look for it. Awaken it. Right? The Prabhupada said there is Jagran, wakeness, there is dreaming, there is deep sleep, and there's a fourth one. I make it very simple, and even you experience it even. And still it's difficult. You have already experienced so many things. I'm just showing you, look, this is how it works. Now you do it consciously. Right? I can understand you're preaching, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyanamadi. Or you say, there is shraddha, sadhu, sangha, bhajana, kriya, narta, nivriti, nitya, rushti. It can be complex. But things which you're experiencing every day, if you put it in that format, then it should become practicable, isn't it? Like that. So this is the level when you awaken from deep sleep into your original form, right? That is what it is. So I've heard this for the last 30 years in ISKCON. But you wonder, is it for you or for somebody? If you don't believe in this, that it is for you, you also won't get it. It's like that, you know?
In easy words, I can
Speak your easy words.
easy words, step for step is possible, but it's automatically a process when we attain this power.
Nothing is automatic. As long as you have not reached the deep level of deep sleep, nothing is automatic. Automatic only becomes after you cross that level. Because before that, everything is material, and material is inert. You have to move and shake it in order to do something with matter, isn't it? The wall doesn't speak to you. The road doesn't, make waves or say, hey, become water, it becomes water. Hey, become flowers, it doesn't happen. It happens in the spiritual world. There, things are automatic. Here, there's nothing like automatic. If Prabhupada said that, there's nothing like maintaining your spiritual life. You must always progress.
How we can change
Hmm?
this material.
You have to create a burning desire. A burning desire. You burn all these material attachments, a burning desire to attain that highest. And even in the material world, these material singers have even discovered that. I'm going to tell you a song which I used to hear, not because I liked it, but because all the students in college were singing that song, these pop songs. Anyway, one line goes like, "Is this burning eternal flame? Take my breath away." The song goes like that. So then you wonder, what is she talking about? So the wondering is here that that girl's supposed to be so much in love and in desire that it seems that her heart will burn for eternity. Now, materially, it's simply a joke. But spiritually, it has to be like that. An eternal burning flame. That's udipana. You have to attain that level. Right? Now, the guidelines I can give, scriptures give the guidelines, I repeat all that, but you have to walk the path. Right? And when you walk the path, you get experiences which are unique to you only. That's the thing. It's like the path is made, but you decide how you walk. It's quickly, slowly, you take a lot of breaks, and take some noodles, and you lie down to sleep, and then you wake up and you walk further. It depends on you. And somebody wants to run. No, right way now, like Mahaprabhu. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami, running on the path, And he came and he fainted. So it depends on you how to walk. You get your own experience after walking. So you can do a slow path or you can do the quick path. Like that. But we must understand this is meant for us. Prabhupada said that the complaint I have towards my disciples, I have only one complaint towards my disciples, that they don't read my books, or that they think my books are only meant for selling or distributing, you see. That means, what is in the books? The process is in the books. You don't know the process, then don't complain that you're not advancing. Read the books, then think how to apply it. Then apply, and then analyze again. Am I doing correct? How can I go deeper? So imagine if you have a group of devotees who are like that, all the same, all the time searching how to go deeper, how to go closer. How inspiring that would be. The resonance frequency is the same. And then that's the idea of a society. The society is not just for sitting together and eating rasgullas. The society is there, like research scientists do. They come in a meeting, science meeting, and they discuss their findings. Like that. That's what this society is meant for. And we should also do that. Anything else? Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.